Hello, my name is Zach. Welcome to WorleyTutorials.com. And in this video, we're going to be talking about transforming our layers. So the reason I wanted to talk about this specifically is because there's a lot of features with the transform tool, and what that basically means is we can manipulate our layers to form it whichever way we need it to. So to illustrate this, I have this font that I have already put a layer effect on, or a layer style on. It's just simply a drop shadow. To learn more about the drop shadows, you can watch the video right before this. But what we need to do now is transform this. I want to make this Worley Tuts, the text, I want to make it look like it's going along this window, okay? So that's the first thing, and then I'm going to make it look like it can go along this table. So to get to transforming, all you have to do is Command T, Command or Control T. Now the default things that you can do with this is size it up. So if you grab the outside, it will not constrain. So you can stretch out your letters as so. But as a rule of thumb forever, please do not stretch out your words like this. It does not look good. Everyone can always tell when you did that, and it does not look good. It really doesn't. So anytime you're dealing with fonts, try to just go find a font that is shorter and a little bit longer. It's going to look better, I promise. Make sure that when you're constraining, or I'm sorry, make sure that whenever you're sizing up or changing the difference in the font, make sure to hold Shift. Okay. It'll keep it symmetrical, and that is definitely what you want. So that's the default thing. You can also rotate. So if you go on the outside of your transform handles here, you can click and drag, and it's going to rotate it however you want to. And if you hold Shift, it'll snap it into 15-degree increments, I believe. So that's how you can rotate it. Now here's where I wanted. This is right here what I wanted to talk about. If you right click on the actual transform, then you can change it from scale to rotate, skew, warp, all those kinds of things. Now there's a couple of different things that you have here, like distort and perspective, that I definitely want. We're gonna have to use that in order to make it look like the window. And the reason we can't use this right now is because it is a font layer with a layer style. So let's go ahead and just do skew at this point, and whenever you click and drag, it's going to skew it. So what it's going to do is it's going to pull it one way or the other. Now this can be used without having to hold Shift, only because if you're trying to do something that's kind of a vintage sign, like I don't even know, whatever, like some kind of old school company type of look, then you can do that with this, because it's not going to squish the letters in a negative way. Obviously you don't want to do something like this, because that does not look good either. So just do these transforms gracefully. Now, what I want to do to work with the other things is I want to hit enter to commit to that transform. I'm going to right click on this layer and go to rasterize type. And now when I click on this, go Command T, right click, I now have perspective and distort. So I'm going to work with perspective first. First thing first, I'm going to move this over here, and as soon as I click on this, you'll start to see what it's doing. It makes it look like it's in perspective from you. So it looks like it's putting it in a 3D space almost. So this is how you can kind of make it look like it's sitting on a table, or really in the image, is by using perspective. It does take some getting used to, because it warps around kind of in a strange way. So if you take these corners and you pull it outward, it's going to bring the top towards you. And if you bring it inward, it's going to push it back into space. And if you go up, it's going to make it to where it's the S is really coming at you. And if you do it the opposite direction, it's going to make it to where the S is going away from you. So again, in this case, if we are trying to make it to where it's going along this window, then we do need to have some of that. But the truth is, right now our words are just a little too big. So what I'm going to do is right click on this, go to scale, And now we're just going to scale it down holding shift. Bring it over here. And I want to bring this side back. Okay, so I'm going to right click. Now I'm going to use distort. So I'm going to click on this and just kind of bring it back this way. Distort makes it to where you can move the handles all by themselves wherever you want to. So we used perspective to kind of make it look like it's coming towards us, and we used distort to really set it in place. I'm going to hit enter, and there you kind of have, I mean, this is a really quick tutorial, but you have something that looks a little bit more in your photo. So that is how you can use the transform tool. Make sure that every time you do Command T, that you also hit enter to commit to that. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do anything else with your tools or any further editing until you hit enter on this. So there you go. There's transform mode. And if you have any questions, please comment below or go to facebook.com/WorleyTuts, twitter.com/WorleyTuts. And you can also contact me if you go to WorleyTutorials.com on the Connect page.